Rusty metal. How do you clean it? What's the best product to use? I bought every product a local hardware had on its shelf to remove rust, to stop corrosion, to treat rust. I want to know which one actually works the best. I'm sure there are plenty others, but I'm going to show you in this short video on how these products work. Follow along. Join me as I share stories of my life as a kid, bringing junk home and turning it into something useful. Fact is, I'm still doing this today at age 69. Here are the products that I'm going to test, and also the piece of rusty metal I'm going to test it on. And I'm not sure how any of these are actually going to work, but we will see as I go through each one. The first step is to find something to put each of these pieces in, to put the product on, and then we will see how it works. I have the padlock soaking in this stuff. I have the wrench soaking in this stuff right here. This right here, this is a spray-on product, so all I'm going to do is spray it on there, and we'll see how that looks. So let's get this here sprayed on. Okay, I think I'm going to add this, at least in part, to this also. Let's see how the bottom side of that works. And this right here looks to me like I need a little brush to put this on with. And the reason I need this brush is this looks like it's a paste form. So let's just put some on there. See how that works. That's going on too slow for me. Let's speed this up. Huh. Yeah, well, I don't know. Navel jelly. Do you work? Yeah, I watched something years ago where someone said that molasses is a good thing. I got some molasses from a local feed mill, and I was going to try it and test it, but I never did. Wonder if that actually would work. I'll try that sometime. And stay tuned so you don't miss it. Boy, this one actually has an aroma to it. I'm going to shut the lid on that. Put the jar in front. Okay, now we have this with this product. And this right here, you can see it's messy. And this right here, whatever it is, boy, it's turning something green. So that's working somehow. This doesn't look much different yet. Okay, let's focus down further and show you what else I have here. I have this product right here, which is like a spray can. I use it a lot in my shop, and you're supposed to put it on rusty metal and it takes care of it. We'll let that set upside down so that can get, and let's look at this right here in this shovel. You're supposed to be able to just spray that on, and it's a rust treatment. Right there. It's an old coal shovel I found in my rusty junk pile. Let's see if we can get this. I wonder if you're supposed to shake this up. I don't hear ball in there. but let's spray some of this on, see what happens. Gonna put it on pretty heavy. Not gonna do the whole thing because we wanna see what it actually looks like. See how it converts rust into a surface that's paintable. And I'm not prepping anything. I just want to see how this works. Let's get this back out of the way. I'm gonna get this shook up here. We're gonna spray this. We're gonna spray this piece of metal. Tell you what, I'll spray the back side of it. And typically, I would take a wire brush to that and clean it up some, but we're just gonna spray directly on top and see what happens. I'll set this with the shovel so we don't lose track. Okay, let's see what happens here. According to the can, this is supposed to treat this metal in a way that it's got a good solid paintable surface. You know what, I'm going to empty that. There, so we don't ruin it. We'll just let that set. Now the last piece I want to try is this right here. This is the front of an old stove. It's a new product that was in, well, I guess it'd be old inventory. How do I want to do that? Let's see. I wonder if I put this here, and here's the product I'm going to use. It's got a tag on it, so, not a tag, but so the lid doesn't come off. Must be potent. I should wear gloves, and I wonder if I should put gloves on and some kind of breathing apparatus. Now be okay. Let's just continue. I'm going to pour this in here. Now this here was a little pricey. And I'm hoping to put it back in the jug. And I hope I don't spill it on the floor, but I'm putting quite a bit in here. Actually, I just put it all in there. All of it. And let's see if this, and what I'm going to do is just put part of it in there and let it soak. I hope that doesn't upset. I'll tell you what, I could help that a little by putting that right there to support it. Okay, let's recap. Let me get you around here and set up. Okay, we have this piece soaking with this gallon. We have this right here and this. I'm not promoting any products here, by the way. Some of this stuff I've tried in the past, but it's been so far in the past, I really don't remember how it worked. So I'm doing this for my own benefit also, because I work on a lot of rusty metal. What's this go on? I don't know. We'll throw it over there. But there you have it. I'm going to let all of this stuff here set for a little bit, and I'll tell you how long it sets when I bring it back. Well, it's a couple of days later, and I want to take a look at some of the projects that well, not projects, I guess they will be projects eventually, but I want to take a look at these objects that I put in rust inhibitor a couple of days ago. As to be fair with all these products, I did read the directions on the back after the fact. That's what I usually do. And for the most part, I have followed the directions fairly closely. A couple of them say rinse off within a few hours, but I don't know if that matters or not. It might. Directions. I want to show you each item here individually. This item here, I call it my genie container, because when I get this lid off, if the lid comes off, I think a genie will pop out of there. What do you think? I sprayed it with this product. I'm not promoting it, I'm just testing it. I want to know what actually works best. It says to rinse it off. I'll rinse that off in a minute. The second product was this navel jelly. And it had a tendency of wanting to dry out, so I wrapped it in plastic. And I do this with when I'm the same way when I'm stripping furniture. It keeps the actual product that you're putting on your surface from drying out and allows it to work better. And let's take a look at that. This product, by the way, said rinse off within a few minutes. I thought if it worked good for a few minutes, it would work good for a couple days. Hey, I dripped some in there. Hope it doesn't explode. Oh, look at that. There you go. Hope these chemicals don't react with each other. Could have an explosion here. The second one, wow, is this product right here. I've never used it before. Turned this pretty black, and I think the next step for this is just to rinse it off. Then we have the old wrench, and I used Evapor Rust Remover. It looks like it's turned it black. I think that's going to do a pretty decent job, actually. And it did say soak it until the rust was off. I use this rust inhibitor paint. It says it converts rust instantly. And I sprayed it on this piece right here. I didn't touch it, didn't do anything. But I think this would have worked a lot better if I would have just taken a piece of sandpaper and smoothed it up a little and then put that on. That's the way I normally do it anyway. This product right here, I sprayed on here, and quite honestly, I don't see much of a difference there. Maybe a good product, but I don't think I'm going to use it in my shop. I think, to be fair about it, it's a treatment you put on something that's been prepped, and then that helps eliminate rust, and you can put a finish on it. What I've done hasn't really been a fair treatment. The last product I'm looking at is this right here. I used to use this on roofs, metal roofs. When I worked on them, you'd spray this on the rusty areas after washing and cleaning it. It turned that rusty area into a surface that would accept paint and any other product that you would want to put on. And what I did is I put it on this piece of metal here. Now all these products, I'm going to go over to the sink and rinse them off and get them all cleaned up, except for the ones that's dried like that spray paint. So I'll be back here in a minute or less. It'll be a few seconds for you, I guess. But let me get this all washed up and I will return and show you the results. Okay, what I found out is this piece right here and this probably wasn't the right application for this. It didn't work out very well. It's sticky, kind of got an oil base, and it's hard to get off. I won't be using that on the rust that I do. The second piece, not too bad. The navel jelly did pretty good. You can see it took it down to some places here. I think with the wire brush, that would clean up pretty good. But again, pretty sticky and messy to clean up. The rust reformer from Rust-Oleum left the products looking like that. You saw that before I started. It did some good, it really did. But it's not something that I would use on this kind of rust removal. Now the other product I used, Evapor-Rust, I've used before one time, and look at that wrench. Took it right down there, but where it was really rusty, still a lot of scaly rust there. It's out on that one yet. Like I said, the Rust-Oleum rust reformer I think would work good if I would just do it like I normally do, clean it up, do it. This I don't think turned out, didn't actually see any difference in this, like I said. And that was with this Permatex rust treatment. But this stuff right here, I put it back in a gallon because I want to save it. It's kind of expensive. But look at that. All I did was rinse that off. Look at that. The difference. That actually done a really good job. Now it requires you to rinse it off. If you just do it underneath on a frame or something, it's kind of hard to rinse something off when it's up in crevices like that. So I don't know if that would be a good application or not, but for what I'm going to use here in the shop, this product's one that I'm going to go to. And when I finish these products, I will refer back to this video here, and you can see the results and why I'm using this product. Like I said, I'm not promoting anything. I'm just trying to find out what works good in my shop. Might not work the same in your shop. I'm sure in the right applications, under the right conditions, every one of these rust inhibitors, rust stoppers would work just fine. One thing about this though, it brought out that chrome back, you know, it's chrome plated. That was hard to see. I think this was just something put on there to make it look neat. I still think this pops off and there's a genie in there. And let me know in the comments what you think. This right here, I think would have worked better in the fluid, but that's my little experiment. I don't know if that's scientific, probably not, but at least it works for me. I am impressed with this wrench, but I want to dip it in this other stuff and see how it does on that. Because if you remember right, that was one chunk of rust. So that's going to conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. If you like what you've seen, appreciate it if you would subscribe. Can it be fixed? Sure it can. Can you fix it? You're darn right you can. Until the next one.